Hello, dear friends of Love for Volleyball. I'm Love for the Volleyball. I have the honor and the joy to speak today with a fantastic player, a female volleyball player. She was born in a country that not long exists anymore, from the Soviet Union. She was born in Azerbaijan. Then later she was to Ukraine. Now she's in Turkey. She's a person of volleyball of the world. So I have the honor to speak today with Polina Rahimova. She's gladly talking with me about her volleyball life. How are you, Polina?
Thank you. Nice to meet you, first of all. And the first time I'm giving interview to somebody from Peru, so for me it's something new experience. I am fine. Now it became summer, like 2 days ago, 2 or 3 already. Wait, today is 7 or 8? Wait, I forgot what is data today.
8th of July.
8. So 3 days ago I had my birthday, so I'm fine. I'm great.
Fantastic. So first of all, Polina, please tell me when and why did you and where did you start playing volleyball? Why did you choose volleyball as your sport?
Okay, my family is quite big family, so I have 3 kids in family, so 2 siblings, and my sister, older sister, she is 9.5 years older than me, and she started to play volleyball in our family, and it's like all passion became from her. And every time when she came home, I was looking at how happy she is, how she explains some beautiful stories, some funny joke between girls. Always she bring me some like yummy things like Kinder. For me, it was something incredible when I was kid. And those time I understand that volleyball is something cool. So I want to try. And I start to slowly be more interested about it. So I started to play volleyball at 12 years old. It's quite late for girls because usually 8, 9 years old start.
Yes.
And I start first my experience about volleyball was in city Zaporozhye. It is Ukraine.
Okay.
And it's like my first coach was Perebinos Lyubov Nikolaevna, which one I'm so much like love her, and she bring me more love in sport. So I mean, like she inspired me more, and I started to really like love volleyball, and like just doing best and improving. And every time when I was kid, people say me, "Oh, your hand so big, your foot so big, you're gonna be very tall, so you should go to play somewhere." And I'm like, "Really? Okay, let's try." So for me, it also was another like quite like support from people who doesn't know me, like on the street. And I was very skinny before, but then one moment I start to grow up so quickly. As I remember, when I was 12 years old, I was already 174, so it's quite tall for 12 years old. Yeah. That's why many people was hunting about to take me to some basketball, handball. I choose volleyball because it's not contact sport. So I like that we have a net. And of course, if somebody injured, it's because of like, or you did mistake or like accidentally teammate, like crash. So for me, it was also important reason. Don't choose basketball because I think somebody can hit you. And I said, no, I am girl. I don't want. So I started in Ukraine. Then I moved. After 4 years, I play in Ukraine. I was in Zaporizhzhia city and in Odessa city, like 2 years.
Yes.
And then I moved to Azerbaijan and I changed my sport nationality because I never play for Ukrainian national team or Yaz national team. So I decided to try myself in Azerbaijan because it's also post-Soviet country and there's still like people speaking Russian. So for me it was easy to communicate because those time I didn't know English or Azeri language.
Okay.
So I said, okay, let's try. It's new experience for me. And like I started to play at 17 in national team because coach put me to play. There was not enough players actually. And they said, okay, you seems like very talented, so I trust in you. And they put me to play national team. So my first like memories that we played 2007 in Belgium European Championship. I remember I was play, I think position 4. Honestly, I forgot 4 or 2. But I'm going to attack in front of me Gamova, in front of me Merkulova and Godina. And I said, oh my God, it's like a China wall, so tall players and so like famous and experienced. And I'm like, oh, ball, let's play ball. So my mentally was totally not for European Championship. It was like a kid, And then now, like when I'm going back to my memory, I remember these feelings and I understand now, like, wow, I already played those time against such big players. And I was like really like just with time I started to understand like what kind of competition it was and how it is was important, and like I didn't value those times still, and like it was like 2-3 years more for understand this. Okay, I am already playing national team, not just some club or some team just for fun. Like this, my short story.
It's fantastic. In Azerbaijan, did you play only in the national team, or did you play at our school or in a club?
It's a club. First, when I came, it's 2006. When I came, it was my first club, like Negliachi name, and then second club, it's named Azrael. And Azrael before was basic for national team. So many players who play inside, they very strong club Azrael. And later, like 3 years or 4 years later, start to be new like big like people start to invest money in volleyball, like many bosses they want to create clubs and they want to like fight to each other to show like look I am stronger, I am better. And they create Lokomotiv Baku club, Rabita Baku club, also Azrael, Azeriol, and I forgot Iktisachi, and there was few more. Baki club was also, I remember, 6. I told you 6, maybe one more, maybe something I missed. So it was like very crazy strong championship. All around the world people was coming to us. So for me it was very good experience to learn to work with new coaches, with foreigner coaches. For me it also was experience to start study like another language. Absolutely. Then it's also another culture when foreigner coming and you start to like understand like you don't understand how it is to be abroad. I mean like as foreigner to go and play abroad for 1 season or 2 seasons. But then when you start to communicate, you're like, wow, it's interesting. And also I start to have this wish to go to try to play abroad, also to like have this experience. And like, yes, I play many years in Israel. I cannot remember how many exactly. And then sometimes our club name was changed like to Azeriol because our sponsor was Yol. It's mean like road. So our sponsor was some guy from who fixing the roads in Baku. And like 2013-14 season, no 2014-15 season, I went to South Korea. Okay, it was like big experience for me. Yeah, so I count like it was my first year abroad because I believe that as a player I grew up in Azerbaijan, not in Ukraine. In Ukraine it was just beginning, you know, some basic how to play, how to put hands. But I learned in Azerbaijan how to play big volleyball because of my crazy experience with national team.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, make it two questions. The first of all, when you start to play and you go to the national team, you go to this European Championship, and you played against this Russian big players and in other countries, do you have some female player or maybe a male player that you admire or that you wanted to emulate? Because I'm telling you this because when I was playing volleyball in Chile many years ago, we saw the Brazilian players, the Argentinian players. Even we knew something about the Russian players, Sabin, Zaitsev, and many others, and we wanted to play like them. Do you have somebody that inspires you, or maybe not? And the second question is about you tell me you played in many clubs and then you go to South Korea. But how was this process? How did was it possible for you in Azerbaijan to be exposed to another countries and that you picked you and first of all you started to play in South Korea and Asia?
So how it's like about players, I always was think like that. I can love somebody, but I cannot be like her because all of us have specific body and some, I don't know, like joint different rotation or something like this. So somebody tall, somebody skinny, somebody like big and like powerful, you know, strong. So I was always looking to players who I am similar body to them. So his biggest favorite player it's Artemonova Yevgenia. Her later she married, her name became Estes. Because she was very young to go play national team and in Olympic. As I remember, it was 16 years old. And also she won like till very big age, she also joined Olympics. So for me, it's like big, beautiful, great career. Yes. And she had very amazing career and she like person who have strong character, who didn't give up. So she's like really a leader in her team. Doesn't matter if it was club or national team. She always was like fighter. And for me, it was big example because really I was like looking at her like similar body, you know, like also tall, also like not so like skinny, like body, like extra rotation, very, very similar. And I always was like looking at her. And of course, I watching other players, I try to learn something from them. Even now, when I almost like finish my career, still I learning from another players, also from young generation, because you know, new brain, new ideas, how to use your body, new tactic, technique, and so on. It's always interesting. But as example, always number one for me was player Natalia Mamadova because she was play in our national team, and coach every time was point me her and say, look, you must be like her and even better. So look what she's doing. Look, she doesn't give up in this situation. So you should be like this. Don't give up in like some like you know the same score at the end of set. Like you should find this like fight spirit and like show it, show your experience. So you need to find a way how to like last moment in the sky, as he says, second floor. You should decide quickly on the second floor when you like jumping to attack. You need to decide what you will do now with ball. So you need to read the game and situation. And that's why like number one for me, who always was like pointed, it was Natalia Mamadova. But who I really like love and I choose, so nobody showed me, it was like Evgenia Artamonova, Estes.
Okay, fantastic.
And about
yes.
how I went to Korea, like in 2020, 21, I already want to go somewhere. So I feel that I'm enough strong. I start to feel like, you know, this like kind of power, like people speaking about me. I start to feel like, wow, people know me abroad. Like I even cannot imagine because, you know, I'm from small cities. So for me, it's like somebody know me, like, wow, really? And I was so surprised because I always like, I never like fly in sky. I never like catch a star, you know. I'm always like normal, same with people because we are same human, you know, same legs, same like hands. Just we are people see us on TV. So for me, it was only one difference. But I like respect all type of jobs. Doesn't matter if you are waiter, if you are like car wash or whatever, you know, like or big bank worker. For me, people same. Everyone like to everyone I communicate same. And for me, it was very like surprised when people like adore me. I'm like, wow, really? Like it's a little bit surprised me. So when I start to feel this, like I'm enough powerful and I want to try myself abroad, it was like 20, 21 years old. I talked to my president of club. That's, look, I don't want to continue with you. Like I love you. I appreciate what you did for me. I like respect you so much, even as my father, because you know, we're not always with family. We are more with volleyball family, like more than with our original family. So it's like really like father, second father, you know. And I said to him, like, look, I want to try myself abroad. He said, okay, where do you want to go? Those time when I was like 21, Galatasaray want to buy me and they offer good money. And he said, okay, how much they want to pay you? I said to him, okay, I heard about this amount. He said, I don't trust they want to give you this money. It is a lie. Like, stay with us. And it was not like working to me. I tried to make a deal good way. But I was working, I think I forgot since when. I think since 19 years old, like 2019. I start to, no, 2009, sorry, not 19, 2009. I start to work with agent Tunç Avşar. And till now, till today, I work with him. So we are really became like a big friends. He's like my big brother because like about 13 years, we already together working. So I never changed agent because he never did something bad to me and he always on my side and he doing his job like professionally. So why I need to change agent if I'm okay with him? So, and he telling to me, Polina, do you have this and this offer? Do you want to try? I said, yes, I want to try, but I don't know how to talk to my president of club or to my vice president of federation in national team because in Federation of Azerbaijan, because it is something politically, you know. So he was contact and director of club and president, like vice president of federation, and he make a deal. So he helped me. So he make a deal with them to let me go to try to play. But for my life happens very like interesting stories. That's when I was 22, like 2012, my pre-last game, I should twist my ankle, but instead of twist my ankle, I go to my body, go to knee, and I broke my ACL. So it was very unsuccessful. And all summer I was recovery and making 3 surgery because first surgery was mistake. Then 2 more in Azerbaijan I did in Baku. Then 2 more I come to make recovery in Istanbul, in Turkey, and 2 more I did in Istanbul, because doctor checked me. He said, Polly, I am so sorry to tell you, but I see that they did too much, like another angle for ACL. It must be like connect different way. So when you're gonna flex your knee again, you're gonna broke again. So he suggests me to do new surgery for don't waste my time for like 6 months for recovery. Then again break again, you must again 6 months recover. So he suggests me like, let's do like this. I will take out from your knee this ligament, which one is not correct angle. Then I will flex your knee. If it's enough angle flexing, then I will put inside new ligament. But unsuccessfully, it happens that my knee already was too much hard. So he said, I cannot do for you now surgery. So you should 1 month work more to like mobilize these things, like joint, and then I can make 1 more surgery. So in my like life situation happens that I did the surgery like in 3.5 months. Like my destiny like this. So I miss my national team. I miss almost 1 season of games, and of course I stay again in Baku in Azerbaijan, again in same club. So I was playing, like I was recovery 1 season, like about 1 season, and I was play at the end of season already. I'm come back. Of course, I was not in my good performance, but my situation about surgery was a little bit hard, and my agent, he said, Polina, there's situations that maybe you couldn't come back in sport, so you should prepare for this as well. And I was very like upset, like how I just start to know what is money. I just start to learn what is like to be like famous. Yes, to feel this attention, like to like this craziness, when you're young, you're like, wow, like crazy, wow, everything, like hello, all people, your friends. When I got injury, many of them lost. So actually it's not real friends, it's just like people who near you when you're successful. And like club Korea, Hyundai club,
Yes.
they asked me to come to Korea and recover there.
Oh,
so
okay. Yeah.
I was shocked that somebody want me to buy when I'm injured. And I was crazy appreciate to them, because they give me very big support and very big belief that I can recover and come back to play volleyball. So
Brilliant.
it was something like incredible, like somebody just push you like back and help you, like, come on, you can do it, It was like, oh, it's gossip pumps. So I say to myself, to my agents, that look, my first club where I want to go, it will be Korea, because I appreciate them what they did for me. And it happens like this: when I recover next season, and my agent make a deal with all like president of club and with vice president of federation of Azerbaijan, then like I went to play in South Korea in club Hyundai in Suwon City. So I'm so much appreciate to them. It was my first experience in Asia. I don't remember now too much, but I remember that my agent remind me sometimes is, do you remember how many times you cry in Korea? I said, honestly, I already forgot. Because, new culture, new language, you don't understand people. You every time with your interpreter, like you stick to each other. So it's like very stressful for first time. And I was like 23 years old, yes. And I was still like, like a kid inside and soul. And I met my friend, Japanese Sima Shinobu. Her name Shinobu, and she speaks Russian because she's a reporter, and she work a lot with gymnast players. With I forgot how it's called, like gymnastic. When you like beautiful one with like band. You like, I forgot how it's called. Similar to ballet, but it's not ballet. I forgot how it's called in English. Sorry. And
I don't know how to say it in English. Yes,
gymnastic. I think it's called gymnastic, like beautiful when girls dancing. And she was like interpreter and taking interview from them. So that's how she learned like Russian, and she started to communicate with people. And she said me, Polina, like I'm Japanese and I heard people speak about you. So I know 2 clubs who want you so much. Do you want? Yes. Do you want to try in Japan? And I connect my agent and I said, let's try. Why not? It's interesting for me. It's first my experience when I go somewhere out. And like when I was in Korea, my agent gave me like 5 or 6 offers, like different countries. And then I start to, how I choose team. Of course, I choose where is money and where is good like condition. But I start to choose country where I never have been. So for me, it became like I can be partly tourist and I can also
Lord.
like work as volleyball player. And of course I choose Japan because Japan is one of incredible country which one you want to learn, you know, how is going their things.
And the difference, and was it very different to play in Korea and Japan, or was it similar? The leagues, the people, the crowd, the fans.
I can tell you like this: that Korea, it's looking to America, so they try to copy their style about like many things. Even when if you go to on the city in Seoul, you can see how they build buildings. Even they try to do like similar to you say, you know, to kind of New York. You know, you have many buildings.
American culture.
Yes, but Japan no. Japan still have their own line. They still respect their traditions and they continue doing how it was when their grands did it.
Okay.
So it is difference. But yes, all of country have their own rules. For example, respect oldest. Even if you're 1 year older, they call you like not like you, like son, like Poli son. Many players say me Poli son. So I should to say you like Alfredo son. You know, like two biggest one, like oldest one. Yes, it's even 1 year difference. You must to respect. So you can see difference how much they put like you and somebody up, or like you must be down, like appreciate. You know and like keep this distance. Also, there's a big difference about like bosses and workers. So it's also you can see it's obviously. It's also in Korea. It was very like strict there.
Okay.
But I like it. It's a really new experience. I like so much, and I learned many things there. Of course, I had some mental problem because I was like sometimes I don't understand sometimes some jokes. I do some jokes and I see people doesn't laugh, and I'm like, do I'm stupid? Do I say something wrong? Or like why like people don't react? And then I talked to my one friend, she's psychologist. She say me, Polly, it's just different mentally. Like it's normal. They're Asian and you're European mentally, so you have different type of thinking totally. I said, okay, then I don't need to be like I don't need to be panic. I can be relaxed. It was so fun. I remember it. And first season I play in Japan, it was like a little bit hard for me, but it was a lot of fun. But second season, I already start to understand local people, how they think, and it was more interesting because I can understand their idea of life more deeper.
Okay.
And when I'm tired to play hardly in Asia, I decide to make some break and go to European countries. So after it, I went to Fenerbahce in Turkey.
Excuse me, a little question about Japan first. I wanted to ask you about Japan because I have interviewed some players who played in Japan, or we can see now, thanks to technology, many videos in YouTube about Japan leagues. And that what I always surprised about is that in Japan, volleyball players, especially men, or I don't know, are like rock stars. I see the crowd, they shout when we're gonna serve. They shout something. I don't understand what they're saying, but the gyms are always full. And they told me it's so. The volleyball players, I think, or it's a second sport in Japan after baseball. So how was it for you? Do you feel this pressure, like being a rock star, or for you? Was it a little different the experience in Japan?
It's really like this, yes. I didn't feel pressure because for me it was joy, because I can see how people happy, and I was so surprised how what you can do to make people happy. Just play good.
Yes.
So like you do your job like good, better, people more happy. So you can just appreciate to this life by your job, like how you are doing, by your movement. And I always bring from Azerbaijan some magnet or some t-shirt with some logo of Azerbaijan, and I always present to my fan. And it was incredible, like people was getting crazy from this small present. And I said, okay, it's just one t-shirt or it's just one like magnet, something small. But if I can do happy people with small things, why not? So I keep going these things, you know. And many people was very crazy, and I got so many feedback. I got so crazy, like many presents from Japanese fans, and I was not expected. Same as Korea. Korea also was same. I got every time many messages like envelope. You know, there was like many thank you to playing in our country. I'm like, wow, how like sweet you are. I remember one funny story when I go after game, and there was many fans to take photos, and somebody touched my leg, like in down part, where near my knee. I'm like, what happened? Like, what is it? I look down, there's small kid, very small kid, Korean,
Yeah.
and touching me if I'm real or if I'm like Terminator, I don't know who I am. I said, Hanyong, like, hi. And look, a kid looking at me like this, like, ah, she's real, like moving, you know. I'm like, oh my God, it's like I never will forget it. And about Japan, what I learned that there company people who coming every game to support, and they have like 3 people who is main for shout, so they leading support team,
Hey, yeah,
they telling when and what to shout.
yeah,
And every game they had this, like, you know, stickers which one you
yes,
need to flip, like tun, 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 tun. And like always they was ready, they was prepared, they're wearing special uniform, so it was like their job kind of, you know. And of course people coming from outside to watch, especially in Japan. Look, in Japan we played Saturday and Sunday always, so it is days off to all people who work in other jobs, so we was like showmakers.
yeah,
And our day off was like Tuesday, which one, like, what I can do on Tuesday? No any fun. So I was only focused on volleyball. I can of course go to cafe and to shopping, that's it. But normally all like exhibitions, some concert, it's going like Friday night, Saturday and Sunday. So we was same. We play Saturday and Sunday, and it makes sense why so many people coming, because they have free time and they can enjoy. So they can choose between go to baseball, to volleyball, or to, I don't know, some theater or concert. And many people like to watch like volleyball because it's like very, how to say, cheering, you know, you like enjoying, you have adrenaline, and you can also shout and like leave your energy, like be more relaxed after, you know. Because in theater or in cinema you will be like silence watching, okay, maybe crying, maybe laughing, but in volleyball you can like also join us while we're playing. That's cool. I like it so much. So yeah, it's true. There's a big culture about support. Also in Brazil, for me, same. In Brazil, also they're very crazy fans.
yeah.
I remember.
That's
So similar.
our Latin blood. And after Japan, you went back to Europe. How was it for you?
Yes, I went to Turkey to Fenerbahce. I got offer from Fenerbahce, and I said, okay, like Turkey, it's similar to Azerbaijan by mentally because it's like two brothers country. I said, of course, it's not same as Azerbaijan, but I want to try. Like I want to see. And Fenerbahce is very big and famous club, so for me it also was big like respect to, and like how to say, happiness that I'm joining this club that they offer me, because it's really big name club. It's like big history club.
Yes.
And those time my setter was Nucara Tomkom. I had Natalia Zilio in my team, and I had Mia Jerko from Croatian national team. So it was quite good foreigner players. Local players was very good. Eda Erdem.
Mhm.
Who else? Melissa, I remember libero, which one now playing also in Turkish last year. She played. Now I don't know where she will play. Bahar Toksoy, who before play national team. So we had, I mean, like we had very good team.
Yes.
But we was fighting very hard, and in middle of season there was some problem with payments, and we had some problems inside of club. So our coach was fired because of like no enough payment, and he's European mentally. He act different way. Of course, Turkish people doesn't like when somebody doing their own way, and like they sent him. I don't know who exactly sent, but I mean like club sent him. We had Jan de Brandt, very good person. I like him, like very good coach. But because he was like upset because not in time payment, he also started to do like mini protest, you know. And then we was working with second coach, with Turkish one who was before second coach, and we was playing. Also, Nati Zilio start to have problem with her knee, so our coach did like solution. He put me in position 4,
Okay.
and he put another yes Turkish volleyball player left hand Polen to the as opposite, because she is second opposite. So I was first and she was second. But to somehow manage team, he make it like these changes to like somehow to survive. And like we play very luckily that we won Galatasaray in last 2 games like 3-0, 3-1 as I remember. And you know Galatasaray and Fenerbahce, it's a big derby, so it was very like stressful game. It was fans like against you, everybody against you. But I remember one moment when we won second game, I'm leaving through the gym, and Galatasaray fans shouting, "Polina, come to Galatasaray!" I'm like, "Oh wow! I was expecting something bad, that somebody will swear on me or something like, how you can win my team? Like, come on!" I was like, "Wow, really? Like, thank you so much." I'm shocked and I appreciate it. And what happens after that, because we won Galatasaray, we got third place. So we got bronze medals, and it means we saved team for next season to be in Liga Champions.
Okay.
So we did maximum what we can with our condition. And I think it was quite good results, because really we could lost many games and many different teams, because we had big problems inside of club. Those year was hard for Fenerbahce, because both of all Fenerbahce how it's called, union, it was changed, not just volleyball. There was big boss who was looking after basketball, football. So biggest one boss, he was changed to another one, and there was another type of problems inside of office company. So it's also affect volleyball so much about delay payment, but all fine, everything paid, and I'm appreciate to this experience. And those year I decide I want to live in Istanbul, because I like city. I like to see water. So those year when I was in Fenerbahce, I bought one apartment and I started to do renovation. So I am now invest in Turkey, and this way, because I invest, I got nationality from Turkey, because there was some possibility like this. So I got one more passport this way.
I have last year or some time ago the possibility to interview Dunje Baltasoglu. He was one of the greatest players from Turkey, a male volleyball player. Sadly, he passed away last year. But we told, and I mentioned him about the craziness of the fans also, like in Brazil, I don't know, because in Turkey, what we can see from South America, that you are also crazy about sport, soccer, football, basketball, and we watch the gym, the stadium are always full with people shouting for and against. So he told me that volleyball is an important sport, and especially today, when the female national team is so strong, they play in the VNL,
Yes.
the Olympic
Yes.
Games, World Championship, and also the team that you mentioned, Fenerbahce and Galatasaray, and many other teams. So I understand what you're telling me, because we can also watch it, and we can see that the league is so strong, with I think many of the best players of the world playing in Turkish teams. So I understand it, and I think it's fantastic.
I want to add something more about these things.
Yes.
Turkey did a great job. They did from beginning, from young player, from school, from local school.
Yes.
They start to make a group of volleyball, and parents, they have options to send a kid to swimming, to basketball, or to volleyball group. And many people choosing volleyball because it's more girly sport. Of course, there are many also boys playing, but what I see, I mostly connect to women's volleyball. So I can see that parents choosing to send kid to run and play with the ball.
Yes.
So for them, idea come on, go run, spend your energy, come home and be relaxed. Parents, how they thinking. But here, Turkey did great job, because they did from beginning, from lowest level to highest level, very perfect system. You can see in different school, in different after school, they have another kind of section group who having tournament, having different league, and they picking best players to national team. So right now there's so many players in Italy. When I don't know right now actually how is right now situation in Italy, but before, you remember when Italy had many players, they can pick, okay, this I want today play with this one. But now same happening with Turkey. Now they can pick very good talented players and make a few national team, not just one. Yes. And it's really great how they did it. It's big job. It's same like Serbia actually. Serbia also have these things, same also going. Then they have many talented and great team. It's true. And what else about fans? In Turkey, here is big fans of football actually, and there are even regions. For example, my region where I'm living, it's Fenerbahce region. So if it's game, Fenerbahce, for example, against Galatasaray, if you come with Galatasaray t-shirt, you may have problem here. because it's not your area. But also in Istanbul exists part which one is for Trabzon, which one is for Galatasaray, for Beşiktaş, and it is just incredible, like fun spirit, you know. Kids, when like family have a kid since childhood, they start to follow one team, and they became like following this team all life. So they even can have a home design for this team colors. I see many times when I go to visit my friends, their kids bed cover, like bed sheets with one team, like team logo. I said, oh my God, how much they're big fans.
The fan spirit is so important, especially, well, I don't know, in all around the world, the sport, creating this fan spirit here in South America, especially Brazil, Argentina. The football is the sport number one. Volleyball has grown so much, especially in Brazil and Argentina. Here in Chile, not so much, but the fan spirit that you're telling me, it's the key to make this possible. To what you're saying about this.
Turkish people, Turkish people is also, you know, like they have feelings to sell things and to buy. So it's like they're very smart how to like do this bagger thing. So I believe they're very good for make not just like team like lovers, but also how to invest, how to involve advertising inside of sport and how to make a profit from it. That's why you can find even some shop for fans, which one is also something like, for me it looks like weird, but yeah, you must be crazy fun to go to buy things from this shop, you know. But it's really like very smart how they did. It's big like system how it works, and it's very smart, really. Like there are many things to learn about.
Yes, what you're saying, it's very interesting. I love this, because I work in advertising and marketing, and I always have talked with people from other countries, ex-players from volleyball, and always mention this, why volleyball or the International Federation did not make what, for example, NBA does. NBA, basketball in the United States.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Incredible athletes. They're creating their shoes. For me, it's like boom. Like why volleyball? Nobody do it. It's something crazy for me.
It's crazy because somebody in China, somebody in Chile, buys and wears a shoe from Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan.
Yes.
No, it's
like Kobe Bryant. I don't know. So many crazy shoes like.
Or other sports like for example golf. We all know Tiger Woods, or tennis, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal. Many sports have done this. Volleyball, I don't know why the federation have not done the same, because when you see a T-shirt from your national team, a sports shoe, I don't know, anything about merchandising from your team or for your country, you will buy this. I remember in South America many years ago in the 80s, Brazil created some volleyball shoes.
Olympus, I think three rounds.
Before in the 80s, the mark was Rainha. Rainha created a volleyball shoe named Ben Rahman. Okay, Ben and Rahman, and we all wanted to use this shoe to play like Rahman. Rahman was a legend in Brazil, so I didn't understand why today we don't have a volleyball shoe called, I don't know, size Polina. I don't know. We I think
I did try to make my logo for t-shirts. I did try to sell it, but it doesn't go because, you know, price of t-shirt and to make it logo and stick on it and combine like with all the system to sell, it doesn't like not cheap. So when you want to sell it, not everyone can buy it. Because many of fans who was mine, there was like kids, and of course I need to ask money from parents. So parents will think twice. Do I need to buy a t-shirt from Polina or just simple, you know? So that's why I stopped it, because I was thinking it's gonna be cool, but doesn't work very well. Then I said, okay, I'm give up on it.
It's a very interesting issue, a subject what we're talking about, and I think volleyball has so much to do, but I don't know where can do it, or if the people of the federation want to do it. I don't know. It's political.
I think it is big like scientist. You should have correct people who can do it, and it is a little bit hard. And also you must to be sure that your team will show success. normally easy to do it for teams which 100% go to Olympics, because Olympics, it's the biggest tournament in the planet which one like player can join. There no more level up. Olympic is the biggest one, games like where a person can go, like athlete can go. So for me, like for example, I know that America producing this Adidas shoes for volleyball. You cannot find it nowhere. It is made, okay, it's made in Vietnam, but it's selling only in America. Even if you want to buy it in Vietnam, you cannot find them. You must order from America page.
Yes.
That's crazy because they already did something good. And this shoes is incredibly comfortable. Like Adidas, some like light something, super easy, something like this, super light. This shoes for volleyball is incredible. Everybody loves it. Everybody using it. I mean, like a lot of players. I see so many players. But it's already something like good. Which one you doing good?
Yes.
And it is good to show it like as advertising on Olympics, which one America already doing, like American national team, USA team.
But when you think that, for example, in an NBA or another sports like tennis, golf, rugby, even rugby, I have a T-shirt from rugby for the All Blacks from New Zealand. I never played rugby, but I have a T-shirt. So volleyball has stars. It has historic stars and actually stars. And I don't understand why somebody make or make some campaigns or make a political strategy to impulse this. I don't know how to say it.
Like invest your time and energy to make it more famous.
Absolutely. NBA has done it. The tennis, the golf. I don't know. It's a very interesting thing. It keep my mind very busy and very depressed sometimes. I wanted to go back to you, Polina. I wanted to ask you. You played in another countries, in for example in Brazil.
Yes, after Turkey, I went to Italy in Casalmaggiore club.
Yeah.
I tried to myself in Italy. I don't know like how to explain, but I don't feel very well exactly in this team. I mean, like in club, in my city. City was so small, and for me it was not comfortable. For me, it was very depressive. It brings me back to my childhood when I was nobody, when I was like kind of in small city. It's not a village, but it's a really small city where you can have cows and so on. So when I came to this Casalmaggiore city, I was living near Casalmaggiore in more small, Vicomascane, more small city. And every morning when I open windows, it was smell like bullshit, you know? So it's like, was like compost for land to growing something. I understand system how it works, but for me, it's bring me back to like not happy moments, not happy times. And I start to feel like kind of mentally depressive, you know? And then I said to my agent, like, I'm so sorry. I want to do this the first time in my life. I want to break contract and I don't know, maybe even I will stop career. I don't know those time what I will do. But happens like this, that I broke my contract with Italian team with Casalmaggiore. With it was Pomi Vibici those time it was a name. But agent said to me, Polina, yesterday one of player Aneta Havlichkova, I think Havlichkova or Havelkova, sorry, Havlichkova, I think she twisted her ankle. She's opposite player. She twisted her ankle in Turkish team, in Turkish Airlines. And he said to me, director called me and he's searching player ASAP. And now it's January, it's transfer open. So do you want to continue play this season? I said, wow, I am shocked. Like how it happens. I just broke contract and like life give me chance to continue play volleyball. I was like, wow, it's interesting, my destiny. I said, yes, I'm accept situation. And I accept same money as I was getting in Italy. So I didn't ask, I want like crazy contract or something. And I was like, appreciate that they call me. And it was Turkish Airlines. When I was fly back to Turkey from Italy, I was fly by business class. And there was like pilot speaking like something, today, welcome on board, Polina Rahimova. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't expect it. Like, come on, I feel like superstar, but I just want to be like, you know, like invisible, like people doesn't see me because I'm enough tall, everybody already pay attention, like who she is, who she is. Every time asking me, like, do you play basketball or volleyball? Like, who are you? Like, I'm like, oh my God, enough. I want to be relaxed in silence. And now it's in microphone. And then stewardess are coming to me with chocolate cake, big one cake. She said, like, I don't know, like, for what, but our boss said to give it to you, deliver it to you. I'm like, I think because I am like new transfer to your team, Turkish Airlines. That's why. she said me, I was thinking it's your birthday. I said, no, it's not my birthday time. It was so sweet and funny, and I was shocked. I was like sharing my Instagram, my shows. It's like, wow, what a warm welcome. Like, I appreciate. And when I land to like Istanbul, next day I have my first game. I was a little bit, my body was a little bit like, wow, like I still like jet lag a little bit, because stress and like everything changed so quickly. And it is, very crazy. You must to adjust for new situation. Plus, new players, you never play with them, you never practice with them. And tomorrow is game. And I was like, but because I was stressed, I play good those time. I mean, like, I show good performance because I just want to show how appreciated I am. And actually, agent said to me, Polina, be careful, don't get injured. Hey, be careful. Like, come on, don't do this like Max. Try to be calm. You just come on. If something happens, if you have a bad game, people can understand you. You just like landed. Come on, yesterday at night. I said, okay, I will try my best. And I did not bad game. We play, I remember, in Istanbul it was game. Yes, it was fine. And then I finished my season in Turkish Airlines. It was also good experience. And plus, it is 15 minutes from my home. So I was super happy. I was living my new apartment in my new home. And I was like, I was coming to home and sleeping my bed, not somewhere like renting apartment. I was drinking coffee from my coffee machine. It is simple things which people cannot understand because
Important, yes.
I'm eating every day in home. But we are sportsmen. We every time moving. If it's like transfer, we every time doesn't have this type of comfort because we're going to another country. We must to adjust to new rules. For example, in Brazil they like filter coffee. In Italy they like espresso, like cafe, short one, curto.
Yes.
But I don't know. In Vietnam also there another type of filter coffee. You need to like change your life, adjust to new things, learn things, and accept it. So it's also not easy because sometimes you can lose yourself who you are. Like, what do you like? Really, what do you like for true? And actually, it happens to me also. I had some period when I was like crazy, like I don't know, is it me wanted or because I need to adjust, like to situation to like set up. And okay, after Turkey next season, I talked to my agent, and he said to me that Polly, you have like some offers. Also, I am sorry. When I was going to Fenerbahce, I got offer from Praia Club from Brazil. But in my brain, it was like this. I just finished in Japan. It's new culture, totally new culture for me. And to go to Brazil immediately, for me, it was a little bit like I need time to relax because it was too much for me. And those year I didn't accept prior like offer, so I said okay, I will accept Fenerbahce. But also in Brazil, it was one of my dream to go to play there because it's something like new and incredible and different level of volleyball. So when I like play in Fenerbahce after like Italy and Turkish half season, then I got offer from Bauru from Sesi. And I said to my agent, okay, now it's time to go to Brazil. Last time I didn't use it, this opportunity. Now I don't want to lose it again. Maybe in future nobody will call me Brazil again. And I went to play in Brazil. It was totally different experience, totally new. Plus I catch pandemia there. Plus I met my husband there. It was crazy, story. But my husband is Turkish, but I met him in Brazil.
In Brazil.
Yes.
Incredible story.
I played 2 seasons in Bauru because first season was pandemia, and president offered me for next season again because he liked my how it's called, my results. He liked how I did. I was like best spiker, best service, like all these private individual awards I got, and he want me to stay again. And I think, okay, now it's pandemia. We don't know what will be later. I said, okay, better I will not change nothing. Better like be relaxed and smooth and stay again here and like keep going. And I stayed 2 seasons in Bauru, and then where I go, I forgot. Then I come back to Turkey. I was to home to Istanbul. I was relaxed. Then I got few offers, and I didn't like them 100%. So I was like, let's wait, maybe something else. And of course, you stretch time. All team became complete, and then there are no many options left. And I had few options, not so perfect, but one of them was again same team in Italy, Casalmaggiore, in same team where I was playing before. And I said, okay, if life give me this type like experience again, it means there's some lesson. I must to pass through it. I said, okay, I should accept this offer, and I should again work with myself and be more happy those time. And it happens like this, that yes, I was more happy, I did enjoy, but unfortunately, I got twice injury. One injury, I stretched my abdominal muscle, and I think when we go to Roma, because it was very long distance in bus, and like I contract my belly so much, and then morning practice, I just stretch my muscle, and I cannot play. I'm like, oh my god, what I did first time in my life. I didn't understand even I stretch muscle. It was like 15 centimeters. It was quite big. And later when we play, when I did warm up before game, I don't know what I did. I did stretching, and I heard like tick tick tick. Somehow my muscles in my like adductor, like inside of my leg, like okay, like these legs, and inside of my leg, I broke muscle. I didn't understand, but I feel something pain and something wrong. So I immediately called physio. He did very hard taping for me, and I play this game actually. And later I did ultrasound, not MRI, ultrasound. They said you have fracture like 3.5 centimeters. You broke your muscle. I'm like, what's going on with me? Like, do I eat all medicine? Like, I mean, like vitamin.
Yes.
I know my results, blood results, everything fine. I'm like, what's going on? Like, this place not for me. I think God want to show me like it's not your place in the planet, maybe. But I met so many good friends, and I was like, even when I was injured, I use this time maximum as I can. I visit so many museums. I visit so many like beautiful historical places. Every time when we go to play somewhere, some city, next day we have day off. So I stay in this city, enjoy this view, and after come back by train to my city, like back, you know. So it always was good experience, and I try to take maximum. Even from this bad situation, I understand if it happens, it's meant for reason. So I try to take best things from it, because what I can do, it already happens. I cannot control it now, and I don't have answer why it happens, like how it happens, why. And I said, okay, let's like leave it. And later I found one doctor in Sicily. He have some special, like Dr. Vincenzo. He have some special injection therapy. He have some special secret liquid, which one is not doping. It's like normal, like liquid cocktail. Which one he do 3 times a day. Part where is tear muscle. He do there like mini injection. It is based on it, like of this liquid cocktail, based on bee, you know, bee poison, what they have in their tail. So somehow do this kind of liquid. And I learned about his like work from another my friend doctor with who I did work before in Azerbaijan. And I asked my president, can I go to do treatment in Sicily for 2 weeks? Because if I will be in his office, it will be better. He will like help me quicker. So it's happened that president said, okay, I waiting you. You must to play this game. So if you say that he give guarantee, I want you to play like some. I think it was I think Skandici game, because we play against Polish girl Margarita Stizak. We play and we won this game. I did 42 points. I was like, wow! I didn't expect I'm gonna like be killer on this game. And doctor from Sicily. Sicily totally another planet. It's not full Italy. It's totally different planet. Like it's another culture. It's another rules. Like you know, like people way how they talking, how they behave, more than Italian. You know, it's like different, typical Italian. And like even in these 2 weeks, I did recovery, but I also tried to enjoy. So doctor showed me some beautiful places there. Agrigento, you know, I was enjoyed by walking on the streets sometimes, like this, taking best like maximum what I can. And after Italy, I come back to Turkey again because I want to set up my life a little bit. You know, I want to, because I'm married, so I want to learn more better Turkish language to communicate easy. I want to like how to say, feel like at home, start to be like set up, getting more like relaxed, not as much crazy as I'm always. And last season I play in Turkish team. I had 2 offers from Galatasaray and from Kuzeyboruspor. Galatasaray, they had a new like boss, so there was some election, and they was waiting who will be and how much they will give money for volleyball, like investment for volleyball. So they cannot give me offer like right now. They must wait result of this office like people, like bosses. And I was afraid to wait because last season I already wait and I got like at last moment opportunity. So I say to my agent, okay, I want to sign with Kuzeyboru. It is in Aksaray city in Turkey, like 8 hours away from Istanbul. It is totally different there, like mentally. Yes, they're Turkish people, but they have different mentally. And they're no sea, they're mountain, and 1 hour away from Cappadocia. So even this season I was enjoying by going to Cappadocia and come back like this.
Wow! I have traveled with you now in our conversation around the world. It's incredible, and for me, it's incredible also because when I invited you to join my interview, you said yes immediately. So for me, it's as a big honor.
Why not?
No, because sometimes many players they don't have the time. Many players think that I'm nobody, but I have the honor to interview many of the best players of the world. Because I love volleyball, I play volleyball, and I do this with so much passion and respect for the players, for our sport. I love our sport. I want that volleyball will grow and be more than football than other sports.
Exactly. When you interest,
that's my dream. That's my
how
dream.
I can say no if it's about improve volleyball.
Absolutely.
While there are funds in our planet funds, there will be exist sport. If
Yes.
there will be no funds, then for who we are doing all these things?
Absolutely.
Because
So,
fans watching and we playing for funds.
I think the same, and for me, knowing the person besides the sportsman,
I'm
it's
very
really important.
different in sport. When I play, I'm very hard. I'm like like man energy. I'm like fighter. I'm like my face. Sometimes people are afraid of me. I know many people told me, but out of court, and I mean like with my friends, 1-to-1, I'm so friendly, so warm. But like when I'm in team, I'm like I feel danger. Like I must to be like strong. I have to be like good. I totally different person, and many time I have like misunderstanding with players because they accept me as a bad person, afraid me, like little bit far from me. Me too. For me, it's easy, honestly, to be far because I don't understand very well who is good person, who is bad person. Can I trust or I cannot trust? So my position like little bit to be far from team, but of course it's not good because it's team sport. You must to be like in collective. But
Yes.
now, after many years, you can see that people a little bit far from you also like from volleyball on the street. If they see you like, hello, okay, finish. Because I never fake smile like, oh,
Yeah.
so beautiful. I'm like, no. Like, okay, you look beautiful, I will tell you look beautiful. If not, why I need to lie? I don't know how to be like political,
This for me,
my one of minus. It's my one of minus in my like career that I didn't learn how to be like team player. I still be like single leader who can care team. I can do it. I know it. Like in important moment, I can take responsibility and this stress on myself. But I didn't learn yet how to cheer and be happy with team. It's one of my minus, which one I don't want new generation repeat after me. So who will listen this interview? I hope they will like think about this and take like lessons that don't do the same mistake.
That's I love to be able to interview people around the world, especially from Europe, especially from Azerbaijan, Ukraine. I don't know, because I have many interviews from people from Argentina, Brazil, from South America, and we are a little the same.
It's hard.
Yeah, a little the same, but to know people like you from other culture, from other parts of the world, even you have an experience in Korea and in Japan. It's fantastic for me because my fans are also from the world. So I try to show them that volleyball is so big, that volleyball, even when we have other cultures, other foods, other religions, volleyball has a similar language. Some years ago I interviewed a player from Chile. He played in the 50s. He's very old, but his movement when we're talking, he make this, and I know we're talking the same. He felt the same. He suffered the same. He laughed the same as I did, and as many from the people I interviewed. big players, Olympic champion. I don't know.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I forgot to tell you something. That's before Turkish this season. I forgot to tell you that I was at summer 1 month in Vietnam. I was joined Vietnam championship for 1 month, and my team Thai Bin, they won championship after 15 years. So they was not champions 15 years, and I didn't know why they was happy when we was winning game from 1-8. You know, like before semi-final. They was super happy. We beat one team 3-2. It was very hard, and I did, I think, 53 points, and people was crazy because they were so happy, crying. I said, what happens? And after interpreter said me, Polina, we won today champion team who was champion for 5 years. I'm like, now I understand why everybody crying.
It's incredible.
And
I love this.
I give good like energy to girls to trust that we can win, and really we won. Even final was a little bit hard, but their like fight spirit was very good. Semi-final, I was playing hard. We won. It was very strong opponent. But final, I was very tired because it was next day. I was very tired, and I see girls how they believe themselves. Plus, our bosses offer them good bonus. Everybody like promise good bonus, and everybody was like, you know, like flying. And I see that I didn't make many points. I mean, like I didn't play hard, but they did good job because like already they got this inspiration. You know, I'm said, wow, it's like works this way. Very great, nice.
I love to hear you about your history, about your experience. For me, it's a fantastic opportunity, as I told you before, to be able to speak with you, to know you, and I wanted to thank you for your time. And we have done both many efforts to be able to speak now, but for me, it's a big honor. I'm so happy to know you, Polina. I want to send you all success. And your new projects and your marriage and your life and your house.
Thank you so
much. So I'm so happy to know you.
I hope I will be smart wife and smart person to like handle my life, you know, because when we have something positive, also we have something negative. For example, when I play in Italy, as you know, I'm from Ukraine, and in Ukraine start like Russia war, you know, they came like and start wars. So they start to occupy like country, and they want to win it and take it like. They have crazy idea to make Soviet Union like before. It's something very crazy idea. People need to be more educated to understand what's going on and to know more better history. And I had opportunity to speak about it, and of course I support my country. Yes, I can tell you that my country is also Azerbaijan, and my country is also Turkey, because I'm living here, and because also I became how it's called, like I forgot how it's called in English, like when you have passport, like citizen. I have citizens also here. So for me, these three countries like very important. But of course, I am from Ukraine, so it's pain for me so much when it's like my home is attacking. So like it might looks like very happy, very nice, very good to play, but there always you must to control like your body condition. It's important. Invest your body, your time. Always care what you eat, what you drink, and you know, like to keep this like balance and kind of regime. And also like there are another things what can affect you, that you don't meet family, like you don't meet with friends when they have birthday, weddings, and some good parties. You don't with big like Easter or some another big holidays. You're not together with your like loved one, and also like. It's affecting so much. For example, okay, COVID affect everyone. We can understand these things. So everybody was suffer and everybody had depressions. But big sport, it's not that much fun as it looks from side. So I want to like point this so important. This season, I meet what is it earthquake in Turkey. I felt it also in my apartment where I live in my team. I also had these cracks on my walls. I see how it is things what we cannot like control it. I mean, like some earthquake or something like flu with water, you know, something what we cannot control. And we still continue to like accept it and to continue move ahead with these things. So people who will like listen my interview need to understand that's one thing. Yes, volleyball and another kind of type of sports is so fun. It's so great. You can earn money from there. You can see world. You can travel. You can learn many languages. You can find many friends all around the world. But don't forget there also like medal and there another side of medal. So don't forget how hard is it, how injured is it. I already did like 4 surgery for my knee, and it's already like something which one I passed through it, and it was a good time for me to learn who is my friend, who will be beside me when I need help, not only when I have fun and like money for party. And also it's make me more wiser and smarter to think about when you have money you need to invest, because sport it's not forever. Like I'm now 33, like 3 days ago I start to have 33, and I don't know till how long I can play. I think like I hope I can survive till 35, and then I will see, like, because also you need to have a kids, you know, it's like you are a woman, you need to use this function. So it's things which one you need to be smart, not only about how to attack ball and how to be like famous and cool, but also how to manage your life, how to be like keep relationship in socium. It's many things. I know many people think that sportsmen are stupid, but actually reverse. Only big high level sportsmen, they're smart, because it's so many things. Life must be balanced. If you don't have this golden balance, then it will be so hard to be like big good player. Of course there can be somebody who lucky or like successful, but still there's so much things to work on it, like behind what we don't see, what people doesn't show on TV, when it's some hard time, when somebody cry before games or after games. Many people cry in Olympics or in some big games, but they don't cry because they're happy or because they're sad. They cry because what kind of road they pass and how much they invest time and like energy and like sweatness and blood. So it's like something crazy. It's when people like start to really be professional athletes, they need to think that's how big ocean they step in, like jump in.
Yes.
So I wish everyone good luck.
I want to thank you, Polina, again for your time, for your words, for your kindness, for your sharing with me and all my fans your volleyball history. Again, I sent you all the success in your life and your projects, and I keep inviting you to follow my pages, my interviews, my contents, and to keep being in contact, because I love volleyball. I want that volleyball will grow so much and so on. So many thanks again, Polina. I'm so glad to know you and be in touch. Okay.
I can say to you, gracias. You will understand. Gracias. It's your language, no? Yeah. Gracias. So gracias for you.
We speak in Spanish. It's a little different Spanish, like other in South America, but it's perfect.
You can understand, yes, like thank you. And later send me link. I will also share in my media, like in social. I want also people see it.
Yeah.
To spread more. Thank you so much. I was so happy to talk to you.